We only have one half of this dynamic duo, but I get to introduce someone who's been hugely influential in my husband and I's growth in this business. I met her within the first month that I was in Legal Shield when my leader, Mr. Torres, thank you so much, told me, we're flying to California for a 12-hour training. And I said, you've lost your mind. I just got in the business. I haven't made any money yet. I've been in the business 3 weeks. And I was like, you've got to be kidding. I'm not doing that. And we went round and round. And sure enough, a week later, I was in California for a 12-hour training. And it changed everything. Live events can do that. Anybody want to disagree that they're not having a great time this weekend, right? And meeting Liz and David and learning about this business in an in-depth training, kind of like what we're having this weekend, changed absolutely everything. And we'll take your business and anyone you bring to a live event like this and accelerate it 6 months faster than it was ever going to go, right? How many people have seen that happen? You've all seen that happen. So I want to introduce you to someone who has picked me up when I've fallen down, has helped me see when I'm making an idiot of myself, has helped me realize when I come to her and I've got something terrible happening and she's like, you have 1 minute to complain and then we're going to figure out what to do next. Right? She's a great leader. You all know her. She's one of the best trainers in all of Legal Shield. She's a member of the Circle of Champions. She's a $1 Million Club member. She's a $200,000 ring earner. I don't know what else to say other than she's my friend. I love her dearly, and I could never have built this business if it wasn't for Liz Lequeux.
Yeah! Hey everybody, I'm so glad to be with you, and I love you, Sue Joseph. I love you, Bob Joseph. We've traveled the world together, and to many more countries we go. But I'm excited to talk to you about leadership here today. Who's ready to come home and butterfly out of their cocoon? Yeah? All right. So let's equip you. You've got all the tools here you've been learning this weekend. Let's talk about one of the last pieces, which is leadership. And I'm going to talk to you about the 3 components of leadership. The first component is learning how to lead yourself. Now, I want to tell you that in 2022, although I was making strides in the business and, hitting levels, I was drained. I ended last year exhausted. I don't know if any of you felt just like depleted of energy and just feeling tired all the time. Anybody feels tired all the time? Okay. So I said, you know what? I don't want that anymore. My 2023 goal is going to be health and vitality. And more importantly, energy. Okay? So one of the components on leading yourself is physical energy. We're going to talk about how to have better physical energy. So I took a sabbatical over the last few weeks when the kids came home from school. I like to take off from working when the kids come home from school. They had a 3-week break, and then during the summer. So I went on a sabbatical and studied health. Everything health. And one of my favorite audios that I ended up listening to was a new health seminar on healthy living by Tony Robbins that's out now, that he's putting on, 4-day events. And I shared it on the Team Pinnacle Facebook page, so you could go to the Team Pinnacle Facebook page and listen to it later. But Tony Robbins talked about what to do to avoid disease, to prevent cancer, to prevent diabetes, to increase your energy, your vitality. And I listened to it and I studied it and I've been implementing it every day. In the last 3 weeks, if you saw me in Florida, I was in Orlando before Miami. My belly was out to here. I had a little post-pregnancy pooch belly after 3 kids that I carried for a long time just a few weeks ago. I lost a little bit back here too as well. All right. My skin looks 10 years younger in my opinion. I'm not wearing any makeup besides eyeliner and lipstick. And it's all free. There's nothing to buy, okay? He's not selling any gimmick, okay? This is all science, because Tony Robbins has access to the best of the best doctors in the world, right? So one of the things that he shares is that our cells need 3 things when it comes to leading ourselves and taking care of ourselves. Our cells need 3 things to function properly. If you think of a cell, okay? The first thing it needs oxygen. It needs oxygen. Did you know there was a study done where they took blood out of rats, and then they decreased the oxygen level down to 70%, re-injected them back into the rats, and shortly after, every single rat developed cancer. Every single one of them. They also took blood out of rats, boosted up the oxygen level to 100%, and re-injected them into a different set of rats who all became vibrant, lively, healthy, and lived way, way longer. Oxygen. So everybody stop and take a deep breath. And exhale. Fix your posture. Who feels like you do shallow breathing a lot? I was doing lots of shallow breathing. I noticed in the last 5 years, my breathing's become very super shallow. Sitting at a desk all day, on Zoom, right? Okay, going like this. Okay, sit up straight. That increases your chest capacity. And everybody stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Can I get some music? Light music? Okay, new associates to directors that were in the training with me earlier today. Let's show our leaders how we simplify and duplify. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, go. 2 a day and a weekly meeting. 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 Yes, right? All right, give yourselves a round of applause. Now, why? So for the leaders that were not here, we were teaching everybody how to have massive duplication quickly, and that's by doing 2 exposures a day and going to your live weekly meeting, okay? But, so why did I have you do that? Why did so many people come up after me to the earlier talk and say, I loved your talk? It wasn't because they loved what I said, it's because I had them up and exercising, and they got oxygen to their blood. Through their bloodstream. They felt good. So it's not just the endorphins that make you feel good when you're doing exercise, but they say, Tony's talking about doing 20 minutes of cardio a day minimum, because it takes 20 minutes for the blood to completely circulate through your body, and then your cells, every cell to the deepest of capillaries, for them to be fully oxygenated and refreshed. Your cells said, thank you. I feel so good. I feel so good. Okay, so the first thing the cells need is oxygen. And how can you get it daily? Through exercise. Okay, that's why we want to do cardio every day. If you can't physically walk, you could do arm cardio. Turn on an arm aerobics workout. I've seen those in airplanes before. Okay, do your cardio 20 minutes a day. You will feel so much better. I woke up the last 2 days feeling slightly sore throat, but I went and took a walk on the beach for 20 minutes, and when I came back, I was fine. I've been fine, right? So, and I only felt sore throat because I wasn't resting, because I'm staying up way past my bedtime with all you fine friends, all right, here. The second thing the cells need is pH balance. The second thing your cells need to thrive and survive, because your body is just all cells, would you agree? Okay? And so it needs to be in an alkaline environment. And through your foods, through what you're eating, and through the liquids that you're putting into your body. okay? The types of foods that you're eating and the types of liquids that you're putting into your body. So what is the type of food that increases your pH level to alkalinity? Spinach. Broccoli. In general, the category is called vegetables. That's right. That's why you guys have seen me like eating my carrot sticks and cucumbers and stuff this weekend, all right? But vegetables, because the majority of the foods that we eat are in an they're acidic. The meats that we eat, the breads that we eat, all the things that we eat that are void of nutrients, by the way, okay? And we need to balance them out. We need to pH balance them, either pH 7 or higher, okay, through the intake of more vegetables, but also through avoiding toxicity, taking out the toxicity from our cells. What's a toxin? Sugar. Sugar is one of them. Sugar is so poisonous, and sugar is more addictive in studies than cocaine is. Okay? Not good. Not good. What else is toxic? Red meats? Dairy, processed foods, breads. No, okay, I'm not your dietitian, but read up on it and listen to Tony's audio in the Pinnacle thing, okay? Artificial sweeteners is toxic because it's man-made. It's a chemical. And here's my theory. If God didn't make it, it doesn't belong in my body. Okay? The third thing a cell needs to thrive is to be able to eliminate waste. We as Americans are eating more than we can eliminate. Right? That's why on travel days, whoever feels all stopped up while you're traveling, flying, it's because you're eating just as much as you normally would on an active day, but you're sitting in a plane all day, so your body hasn't had a chance to use that energy, so it's just stocked up. And who has ever gotten 8 hours of sleep but still feels exhausted when you wake up in the morning? Anybody? It's because the body, we're eating so much food that the body is trying to eliminate and process that while you're sleeping, so you're not actually fully resting because the body's still awake trying to eliminate and process. Okay? Because I was having trouble sleeping too, as well. Maybe it's a mom thing, I don't know. But I've gotten better sleep. Now, let's talk about the second component of leading yourself. And that is your, hold on a second. And that is your emotional energy. Your emotional energy needs to be positive, especially not only when you're leading yourself, but when you're leading what? Your team, when you're leading others, when you're leading your family, if you're a parent, when you're leading your community and what you do at your job and in your business. And so your emotional energy, how do you increase your emotional energy? There's 2 things you could do every day. You can listen to a positive audio every day. I mean, I'll tell you that a year ago, I've been in this business for 20 years now. I started when I was 24. I'm 44 now. And there's a point where you've heard every audio that you're like, okay, I've heard it all. I don't need to, I'm good, I'm positive, I'm personally developed, I don't need to. But then last year, I was like, you know what? Okay, no, I'm going to get back to the 10 core commitments. I'm going to listen to my 10 minutes of a good audio a day. So I just turned on YouTube. I didn't know where to go, so I turned on YouTube. I hit play, and then it just, Tony Robbins starts talking, or Jim Rohn starts talking, right? Or Grant Cardone starts talking, or Joyce Meyer starts talking, and I'm like, ah. And within less than a minute, I'm excited. I'm excited again. Whatever negative thought I had wasn't there anymore. Whatever I was worried about was resolved, washed out of my head. It's a cleansing for your soul, that audio. And so I want to encourage you to turn on that audio every day, even when you don't feel like doing it. Just put it on. Because guess what? I needed an attitude adjustment. And every day I need an attitude adjustment. And so I don't think people know how hard I work. on having to be positive. My husband knows because he lives with me. But you think I'm positive, happy all the time. No, I have to work on it every single day. My attitude, not to be critical, not to judge, and not to, have whatever thoughts. Number 2, you could read personal development. Read a positive book every day. Just open it and start reading it even when you don't feel like it. Okay, so when it comes to leading yourself, you're going to manage your physical energy and your emotional energy. You ready? Ready. All right. The second component of leading is leading a team. Leading a team. Now, leadership is relationships. Just like April did such an incredible job. Can we give it up for Boss Lady, Woman on Fire? That was fantastic. Really, that was incredible. But she spelled it out right there. Relationships. You won't go along with someone you don't get along with. Would you agree? And so live events is really what helps you grow that relationship. Why? Because the more time you spend with someone, the more of a relationship you have with someone. If I don't spend time with my spouse, then I don't have a relationship with them, right? So, actually, I've asked Miss Dawn Brinkley if you wouldn't mind coming up and just sharing with everybody real briefly. Does she have a mic? Okay, can we get it? Okay. I know April alluded to the momentum that you're having, but we literally started this briefing November 1st. We've only had 2 full months of this business briefing and already have, out of all the guests that have come, 4 associates that came as guests that decided to join but stay and continue to be core. Every week, they've all leveled up. They're sharing their own testimonials. Dawn, let's welcome Dawn Brinkley.
Hello. Hey. Okay, is it on? Can you guys hear me? Yeah. Okay. It's not on the mic though, but you guys can hear me though. Oh yeah. Okay, we're good. Okay, so exciting. Okay, so let me just start by saying, I just want to give you accolades. I love Liz Lequeux. She's my upline. You and AJ Delaboto have been so instrumental in everything. This woman's superpower is literally getting you to do things you don't want to do. She's good at it, and she's passive about it. Like, you can do it. And it's like, I don't want to though. But that is her superpower. That's why she's amassed such a team. Joseph's agree. And Bob, and she did that to you too, didn't she? But anyway, so live events, I was not really into the live events. I was all about the Zoom. I thought that, you want me to do it now? No? Yeah, I don't need it. Okay. It's on? It's on? Yeah. So, no. But they can hear me though.
Here.
Oh yeah, there we go. Here we go.
Right here.
Here we go. I gotta get too close to you.
We're buddies.
They can hear me. Can you guys hear me?
Just say it.
Okay. So, anyway, there's just a lot going on. It's a lot of moving parts. Can you hear me? So, I'm gonna keep it that this way. So, I really wasn't sold on the live events. I thought the Zoom thing was working great. You could just invite people. I didn't have a lot of time, working full time as a nurse. And so Liz was like, you can do it. Come on out. And she did you roped in, right? So then our first live event in Corona was November 1st. And so we've got the live event, a lot of associates came out, and then we did our after event at the Thank God It's Friday, right around the corner. So we had this great waiter, Josh Martinez, that was waiting on us. It was a table of like 8 people. And he just had such a great vibe. I, of course, prospected him, and he came onto the business. Now, that was a Tuesday night. Now, that I met him for coffee the next day to just introduce him to the business, to the flip chart, right, presentation. And then I followed up with him he said, I'm going to be ready to sign up on Saturday. Saturday the 5th was our Super Saturday. Met him at the coffee shop again at 9 a.m. He signs up as an associate and goes to the Super Saturday, all right? Where the whole team, the leadership team, embraced him because I had to go to work, right? It was wonderful. So now Josh only knows live events. So the next Tuesday comes around, Josh shows up because now we're telling him, let's go. Everybody is saying, come on, Josh, you can do it. He brings 2 guests the next week, right? So one of the guests signs up that night. But not only does he bring a guest, I'm talking to a nurse friend of mine at Kaiser, who I just got her at the right time. I had prospected her a year and a half ago. She goes, no, I'm not interested in that thing. I said, that's all right, girl, no worries. But I walked into to Kaiser, right after that in November, and she said, why are you looking so chipper? I said, I got nothing not to be chipper about. I'm alive, and I got a $50,000 raise. I'm about to get out of this nursing career, right? She said, oh, what is that you're doing again? I said, why don't you just show up on Tuesday? So now I've got 2 people there that show up. Josh is there. He brings on a recruit. Heather comes. She sold that night. I didn't have to talk to them after the thing. I gave them over to Liz and all the other leaderships there. They signed them up, right? The next week, Josh brings another guest, and his new recruit brings a guest. Heather comes with her husband. The following week, she comes with her son, who just thinks that mom is just into a scam. But when he shows up with his girlfriend. They both get started. The girlfriend brings in the mom.
The next week. So we're like...
And Paulette, the mom's been texting me the whole while here. I've got a membership sale. I've got too many people sitting. I've got 2 more people sitting on the fence. And this is just building. None of them can wait till the next Tuesday. They're not into the Zooms. They only know the live events, right? So it's wonderful to be able to plug people into the Zooms, but the live events are amazing. And thank you, Liz.
So proud of you.
For working me to do it. So there you go. Okay.
Awesome. And then, that's just one example of all the different teams that are showing up. And I recruited a pastor because I posted our grand opening. We got a $7 ribbon from Amazon, a red ribbon. We had a ribbon cutting ceremony, and we put it on social media. And I had a pastor that I had friended over the years. You just add friends, and this guy happened to be a pastor. And he goes, what's this? What's this new thing that you're doing? Grand opening. And so we were messaging, and then he goes, well, I'm interested in making extra money. I'm like, okay, great. So he comes as a guest. Now, pastor doesn't know how to do Zoom, hasn't figured out how to download it, okay? Anytime I talk about doing anything or a conference call or a PZC, he's like, eh. But he goes, I'll just be there next Tuesday. And he goes, I'll just talk to you on Tuesday, and we'll take care of this, and that. I mean, pastor sold 5 memberships, all right? 5 memberships, and Fast Start qualified. And he just comes to the event, and he's like, this is great. This is what I've been needing, to be surrounded by other leaders. I'm all alone at the top, he said. So it's easy to develop leaders. It's actually easy to develop leaders, and it's even easier with live events, because guess what? The village raises your child. All right? You bring them into the business, you put them into the live events, and the village takes care of your children. You've got to unconditionally love your team. You've got to unconditionally love them in the condition that they come to you in the business. Because guess what? If you're judging them and judging whether they would be successful or not, they can see it in your eyes when you look at them. You've got to get rid of whatever, and you've got to start believing in people 100% in their unlimited human potential that they have, that change, that transformation that they could make. Craig Rochelle, I'm loving Craig Rochelle. Okay, he's an incredible leadership podcast speaker, but pastor of one of the largest churches in 20 different states. In this book, Lead Like It Matters, he talks about that there are 3 things that people want post-pandemic. Post-pandemic, people want, number 1, a mission to accomplish. People want a mission to accomplish. Number 2, they want a place to belong and people to enjoy. People want a mission to accomplish, a place to belong, and people to enjoy. And that is what we create here with our live events in this beautiful environment. Finally, the last part of leadership is leading the next generation. People complain about the youth. They complain about the millennial generation being lazier and entitled or whatever. But guess what? Stop complaining and start developing. It is our responsibility to raise up the next level of leaders in this country. It is our responsibility to develop the youth. If their parents didn't teach them to struggle, if their parents didn't teach them the work ethic because everyone got a trophy after the season was over, even if you came in last place, all right? We need to teach them what Brian Carruthers taught us, and that's when you step up to the counter of success, expect to pay full retail. It's our responsibility, so we need to stop complaining. We need to start pouring into. We need to help develop these people. We need to nurture the young, and especially in this business. Don't say, oh, that's someone else's recruit. I'll let that sponsor take care of them and teach them. No, it takes a village. It takes a village. When we see a young person, let's not say, oh, okay, they're young and prejudge. Let's say, we got a young person. Just like Jeff Olson said, we got a German, all right? So those are for the older people that know what I'm talking about. We got a young person, yes, because guess what? Companies are aging out. Businesses are aging out. We need to develop the next level of leaders. When we were growing up, leadership was caught. In this generation, leadership needs to be taught. And so I condone that as your assignment to all of you, to go out there and shape the next generation of leaders. It is our responsibility. And I welcome you to join me in the mission of going out and changing the world. I believe in you. I love you, Team Pinnacle family. Look forward to having fun tonight at the House of Blues.
Speaker here today. I want to encourage you guys to buckle in.